So first of all, you only have 7 hours on the character, so I don't know what you're crying about. 7 hours is nothing.
I have found
Alright,
more
let's
lost
see.
souls.
Alright.
Some assistance.
Okay, so one of the things about Magic, first of all, um, you usually you want to have two modes, right? Either you slash the tank, which right now wouldn't be a good idea because they have a lot of shooting characters, or what you really want to do in this scenario is you have to move quickly, right? Don't use your dash. Usually save your dash for exit. The only time you want to use it for offense is if somebody you know you can kill them. Or like if they're right in front of you, you can easily land a dash. Typically you want to save the dash for exit. What you want to do in this scenario is actually, usually you want to go in here, drop a demon, and try to get out. And just kind of slash them from far away, the air slash, and drop a demon, and create a problem. But you can't stand still because this guy will kill you fast. This guy can kill you fast. She can kill you fast. So you can't be slow. You have to be quick.
Yours to capture now. Missionary
You
is
can't
yours.
stand still, or when you go into an aggressive situation. Like obviously there's like 5 people here. They could kill you in an instant. You have to move in and out quickly. You can't stand there and slash. You just drop a demon and get out. There will be scenarios where things are more clear and you can actually get attacks. But if there's so many people in one spot, the demon is very effective. You drop it here, like one or two, one here, maybe move back again, get out. It'll do damage on its own, and you generate HP
I climbed out of limbo. This is
from it.
nothing. I got you!
Let's see what happens here. Alright, so in this situation, I mean, you can go fight these guys and help your team in theory, but these are also isolated, right? Let's see what you do here. Okay, like I said, save the dash. You want to save it, and you never want to be. You always want to be close to like the walls. You never want to just be not really doing anything. You see how you're standing. When I say not doing it, you never want to be like standing in a vulnerable spot, right? Out in the open, you're very vulnerable here. Usually you want to control these like wall areas and drop a demon in and out. You, okay, that's good. Go over there, drop a demon, and then kind of go around. One of the best things you can do, I call it parachuting. If you want to drop in on someone, start from a high place, and then they never really see you coming. You just jump and like drop a demon on her head and slash her. Nobody sees that coming. So if you want a good entry, usually it's good to start at a high point.
Nice one to pick me up. Mind your own dimension. Ruthless, Psylocke. Just the way I like it.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Let me just lower the volume.
Quantum magic.
Look behind you.
This time I need healing.
So remember, there's two modes, right? Either you want to stand kind of, maybe not right here because you would probably just die. Think about it, right? Like you can sometimes slash the tank and just build extra HP and stuff. In this scenario, you cannot do that. There's too many problematic characters that will punish you for that. So what you want to do is usually go on the side, or sometimes in other maps, go in a high place and try to parachute down to them. But remember, you want to do in and out. You're not expecting to stay in the fight long. If it's like early in the fight, everyone has all their cooldowns, they'll have all their HP, and they're all ready for you. Look, if you do anything, they will all kill you. They're all ready for you. You have to be in and out quickly.
A little help, please.
So over here, what you would want to do is like kind of walk in this direction, drop a demon and get out, and just kind of see if they react to you. Right? You drop your demon on him, and don't try to stay there. Just watch. If he doesn't react, then you can go back in. If they start looking at you, just back out. But see, you're also not in cover. Very important to stay behind the cover. Because if I play the thing, for example, I'm always behind. I don't like to stand in the open because I'm too vulnerable. And that's how it is with any character.
Disappear! Watch me soar! Clearly you needed some...
Just in time. Thanks.
Cosmos heals you.
It's good to think about your target. Typically, tanks shouldn't be your target unless they're on the front line. But as you can see, there is no front line. There's no structure. They have no formation. These guys are very isolated. You know, what would be good here is to, like, maybe go from behind, drop a demon, slash her a little bit, create some problems. Use this wall for cover. You know, that would have been better. But now you revealed your position. You're attacking a target that is not going to die, right? Because he has a lot of HP and he has 2 healers. You're not going to create problems. And usually, like I said, save the dash.
Shields up!
Looks like this match is going to end, right? Whatever.
I was in trouble.
Okay. So over here, you know, you're on PC, so these people are bullshit. These characters are bullshit, right? Especially on PC. You're in Platinum, and these guys are already OP. For console, I play on console. These characters are, nobody knows how to be good with them until like maybe even close Celestial. But anyways, you have to use the cover a little bit here, right? You're not even aware. This guy is if he knocks into you, you can't move. You can't use your movement abilities. So you don't want to go into him at all. What you want to do, like I said, is do quick attacks, in and out, right? You don't even want to slash, really, until they stop reacting to you. You know, you want to, like, you're dead here, but you have to, like, decide it. You see how they're all crowded together? You go in, drop a demon, and get out. See what happens. You know, there's not a lot of aggressive play you can do when everyone's grouped up like that. Other than that, and then you kind of just see how they react to it. We'll try to explain it better. Let's see what we do next. Right. So typically, you want to open with an air slash move. You know, the one with air slash. You know, hit someone, not the tank though. You can fight the tank sometimes with this character, but usually that's not your main target. So, right, open with an air slash, and you know you don't really have a clear target, right? You're just wasting abilities. Just save your dash for escape, and try to go from this angle, in and out of the battle, right? See if they react. If they react to you, they'll kill you. Because you're doing fast attacks, they won't kill you. You'll just so yeah, that's better. Oh, it's very good. That's not bad, but you know, remember the closer you are to them, the better, right? So when you're ulting, just get really close and just unload the abilities, you know, get close to them. The closer you are, the stronger. That's how you use the ult. But obviously, if they can kill you, so you gotta be smart about it. Okay, so notice, never be out in the open like this. Remember, your character is not a tank. She doesn't have the HP to just be here. You know what I mean? You want to be here, here, like behind something. Always try to be behind something. You didn't even target her once, but you know, behind something. Quick attacks, in and out, and just see how they react. When the game starts to open up, then you can stick around and fight, you know, for a long time. But obviously, there's a lot of people targeting you, you're out in the open. That's what usually happens.
You're not rid of me yet.
Remember the parachute, right?
Your name or
So it's good to like go from up here maybe. It gives you a good view. Maybe even over there. Use air slash someone and then you drop on their head. Get on their head, drop a demon, hit 2 times, they're dead, you know? The parachute entry is very strong. And you know, like I said, don't use your dash.
They've almost got it!
Some assistance.
And you have to use the walls.
I climbed out of
You
limbo.
know? You have to hide yourself a
Rise,
little
my
bit.
friends.
If they see you, then you're already. If they see you and you're not moving, if you're not portaling, then you're kind of
You'll
you
have
can
to
die
keep
in an
fighting
instant.
until you have a winner. Disappear!
So either be behind the wall or be portaling. Usually you don't want to just walk around out in the open.
It's clobbering time!
Okay.
Some uninvited
So remember, you're once again, you got to be behind something.
guests.
Everybody can see you and you're not moving. And the dash is wasted, right? That didn't create any power, anything. You know, usually you want to try to get to her, but don't walk up to her. You know, think of a high ground to drop to them. You know, think of a sneaky way to get to them. This is not the fight for you. You're not going to win one-on-one with this character. Don't ever walk up to them either, though. Go around the cover. Over here is a good spot. Go over here, you know?
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
See, like now, if you can go over here, that would be good. Force them to come to you. Remember, you have a demon. So if people start coming to you, it's okay. You just drop the demon in front of you, and think of it. She's almost like like you know how Penny Parker has mines. Think of your demon almost like as a mine in a way. It's temporary, but if any area where your demon is, you control that area in a way. So yeah. So I saw the cloak and dagger. She's very low. It would have been a great opportunity to attack her. You mainly want to target healers, but not entirely. But that's kind of like your main job. You're not gonna kill these tanks. These tanks are both good against you. Not saying you shouldn't attack tanks though. It's okay to attack them sometimes. But on the front line, she doesn't survive that.
The mission area is yours.
To drop a demon, but yeah. See, notice how you have this demon here? He kind of controls that space for you. Not in that scenario, but in theory. Like if somebody were to come up to you and you drop the demon there, they can't walk up to it because if you slash them while they walk up to the demon, they will die, even the tank. Unless he's getting healed good.
Anyone willing to...
Also, you have to play her on high sensitivity. Even on console, I play her 500 vertical. So I don't know what you're doing on PC. PC is a little easier. Okay, so remember, never be out in the open. You're not a tank. You're a big character with a small HP bar compared to a tank. You don't survive. You gotta be behind something. Try to be sneaky. You know, be behind this. You know what I mean? Look how vulnerable these guys are. If you were attacking them, it would have been hard to deal with you. Because this team doesn't seem that smart. They're like, probably like, what is pure plan? See, like, that's not worth it, the dash. Remember, the dash is probably your best ability in terms of, like, escapability. It's a good finishing move. It's really only good if you're right in front of, like, somebody right here, right? Or you could do the slash dash, which is a combo. I'll explain it another time. But it's not worth it to use it on the tank most of the time, unless you think you can kill them. See how you're out in the open? Just try to find the cover. Fight between cover, in and out of the fight. If you drop the demon here, look how much damage it could do to them. And you could probably get a kill if you wait and see.
Half of the mission area. Keep going.
Let's watch again.
Have soul sword. We'll travel.
So remember, think about how you're gonna approach this through the cover, right? The walls. Don't walk out in the open. And remember, your fight has to be quick, right? I remember he's very good against you. You have to play around him by not being in the battle too long. Don't get next to him close quickly. You know, you have to be quick. Yeah, don't use the dash. You have to be ready to escape the portal. Should be your escape. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. 1 minute, okay. Yeah, so remember the walls, right? You're out in the open here. You know.
As expected.
You're like more of an assassin in a way, your character. You can't just... A warrior and assassin at the same time. So think of how you can sneak up on people. Look, this is good. See how you were sneaky there, in and out? I like that. But you know, it's tough to get close to this character. If he's looking at you, don't even bother. But you know, if it was a different character, you can walk in, drop a demon there, and back out. And just kind of see what it looks like. Like, see how they react. If their HP starts going down, you can start being aggressive. You know, and think of yourself in a way like Penny Parker, a tank. You controlled this area. If anyone were to challenge you, you know, it's hard to, like, get rid of this character. She's strong, especially if you have a wall. So don't leave, you know, sometimes it's good to say, okay, I'm going to hold this area. It's like you could have done more if you stayed over there. So now it's also important to look at what your tank is doing. It's really hard to play her when you have one tank, by the way. So, because you almost become the second tank, like, so it's hard to play this character with one tank. That's something to know.
They've almost got it.
It's good to ult here and on entry and try to help your team work. Okay, let's see. So remember, this is a hard map sometimes because notice there's not a lot of walls. So think about how you can play around the walls. Usually you want to go here or parachute. Like I said, start from the top, drop in on people. It's hard to go from here, right? Because the distance between the cover and them is very long. So you're going to end up out in the open. So you don't want to end up out in the open unless it's a scenario where your whole team is mixed in. If your team was all over the place, then you could be out in the open. But if you're out in the open here, everyone can see you, right? Because this is all enemies. So you have to approach from the wall. Control an area. If you walk from here, well, he's a problematic character for you. But in theory, you control this area in and out of this wall, right? And now they have to worry about you, and you can get a quick kill. So this is not a good spot, like, because notice you're out in the open now. Let's see how they react. Let's see if my theory is true. Notice, look, they're all ready, preparing for you. I mean, you get a support ult. Oh no, they do. And it didn't really work out. Okay, actually it did kind of, but you know, I don't, you know, just because the result turned out okay, doesn't mean that it's the best way to do it. Okay, your team wins this one. Let's watch another one. Let me see if you have another magic game. Okay, let's see. This one magic, no. I guess you don't play her that much. I don't know. Maybe you switched from her? I don't know. This was a good one. So let's look at this match. You played it. You actually, you know, you played well. Let's see. good. Getting from wall to wall is good. You see how you backed up, forced her to come to your demon. That's good. Remember, you're out in the open now, though, right? You usually don't want to be out in the open. You know, go in and out of battle. But I mean, in this scenario, it's okay because there's no one to punish. But look, you're out in the open again. You never want to do that. He's already looking for you. You know, you want to play around the walls, be in and out of battle. You know, you can't let them see you for too long. Think of it that way, right? You know, I use the word assassin. You don't want people to see you for too long. You don't want to be visible that much. If you're visible for too long, then you're easier to kill.
Anyone willing to select the mission area is yours to capture now.
How do you approach this? From the corners, yep. That's good. That's actually a good use of the dash. That's good. That's a good kill though. That was much better. Good. See how you're holding that angle, that you have this nice safe spot. There's a wall. Look how powerful you were, right? Because you know what it is? They have to come to you, and you have a strong sword. You have a demon. It's hard for them to go to you. You know what I mean? Her weakness is like guns. But if you have cover, then the guns can't hit you.
Johnny, no!
So usually you don't want to walk up to people like this directly. Got to use the walls. I always say, take the long route. The short route, yeah, in your mind, oh, I just want to get to them. But what if you use a dash to get to them? And then things don't work out. She can kick you, do a bunch of stuff. How do you get out? So you want to always take the longer route instead of the short route. The short route, the easy route, is always the bad one. Because look, they can all see you. Remember, you're visible for too long.
I got you!
Use their dash, like I said, right? Now she's going to kick you probably. Oh, you killed her good, but still. In theory, well, you did die in the end. But, you know, I knew exactly how that was going to turn out, except that you actually got the kill, which is good. But still, you know, it's not, usually it's not worth it to get the kill and die. Especially your team had control over the objective. You know, so usually you don't want to die. That was good. So over here, remember, you know, I always tell you how to play passively, right? Low risk, get behind the wall. But if it's just two healers, you can kind of play aggressively. And if you have that health pack as well, right? So you don't have to back out here. This is good. Good job. See how they're just healers, so don't worry about them. Right? You can play very aggressively. Just, you know, push hard. Don't be scared of that. When you have the health pack, that's good. See that escape? That was good. I like that. You lost your HP. You left the battle. Usually you want to charge up your air slash here. Remember, it goes through people, so just open with that usually. You want to open with that ability. So here's air slash right here would have been good. And then you got it. Now look how this is vulnerable. Now you can play aggressive, right? I always say, oh, cover, don't be too visible. But when it's an isolated healer, yeah, go crazy. You know, don't hold back. But you went for the wrong one. This is a very easy character to kill too, so you should have went for her. Okay, well, actually did go for her. Okay, good. Usually you use your demon in a 1v1 because the demon is free HP, free everything. But your teammate helped you too, so that's good. You won the fight in the end. Get a health pack, it's not bad. Okay. So usually when they ult, you don't want to use the ult. Once they use they're invisible when okay, now you can start. That's good. So one reason why this is working now versus the last game, you know how you said, oh, you feel terrible at that other game? It's pretty simple. That other team had a bunch of characters that are good against you. This team, like Wolverine's not particularly good against her. Neither is Squirrel Girl. Very weak against, right, Adam Warlock. So sometimes it all depends on the matchups. You can't play the same character into everything. You know, Namor, they had a Winter Soldier. I don't know why this team switched. They actually had a good matchup, like with whatever. But you know, if you match up well with their characters, you're gonna play better. They can't really stop you. But here it should not have been a slash. Should have been a demon. Remember, the demon steals HP, does damage. It controls an area. Think of it like a punny mine. You drop a nice demon here and you get out. You kind of watch what it does. See how they react. And if their HP starts going down, you could play aggressively. Getting the health pack here is smart. That's good. Well, you didn't get it, but in theory you should have. You're out in the open, right? You're vulnerable. Good health pack. Yeah, see, using the walls is good. Alright. So, see, that was... Okay, you get the killer, man. That's good. Or not. Yeah, you do. But I still think you could have done that a lot better. Remember, don't take the short route. I mean, you won the battle, but I'm just teaching you from, like, you know, if you want to do it, you know, that's not always going to work. Try to take the longer route. Well, right now there is no longer route. But, yeah, you can try to get up here, play behind your tank a little. It's not the worst thing, I guess, yeah. I think your team just starts killing them.
Born again!
I was fine.
Captured more than half of the mission. Keep going.
Good.
It's not every day you bag a Wolverine.
Got your back.
Beware, behind you!
So lost. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Yeah, use the walls. That's good. At least you understand that to some extent. You never want to be out in the open for the most part. And if you're out in the open, you want to get out quickly. You want to be in and out of the fight.
Not in control here. Survive.
Yeah, that's good. That's smart. You see the Adam Warlock. I think, yeah, you could have played that aggressively. That wasn't bad. You see, now you're a little out in the open. You just played aggressively. You need to get out, right? Like, if you're out in the open. Remember, I said she's very tank dependent. You have one tank. I don't know why. It's a stupid team. But, you know, it's hard. You become the tank. She does not have the HP. So, yeah. She is very tank dependent. That's why we rely on cover.
My soul is...
Your team kind of let you down there. Remember, always open with an air slash. Look for a target. Air slash. Okay, that's good. At least you did that. Okay, remember, you're out in the open here. You don't want to do that. Stay here. Play. I don't know. It's a little awkward in this map. But you can try to play here. Right. Actually, you know what? I didn't realize that was your enemy. So, you know what? That's fine. You can play that aggressively. There's really nobody protecting him. That's good.
Child doesn't forget.
I thought that was your team.
Capture the mission area.
Playing the wall there, good. Yeah, be careful. You know, you don't want to walk up to people. In and out. You need help. Go to your healer, but they're not very stupid. You can do an aggressive ult here too. Remember, you want to close the distance, but never walking straight up to them. Close the distance by going around, like kind of using the wall. Close. And save the dash for stick. You had some good attacking dash, so it's fine to use it. That's good. You know, air slash, you know, you always want to charge that thing and use it. There's so many targets. So you're not doing anything right now. It's okay to be active.
I got you covered.
Okay, so parachuting is good, but notice they're all over there, so you're not gonna really reach them.
Your team's capture progress.
Yeah, that's a good. See the parachute? Remember I was telling you about parachuting, dropping down on them. Nobody expects it. It's the most powerful way to actually attack as magic. Really, if you want to get a sneak attack, quick kill, you parachute. Look, nobody even notices you. Look how easily. Easily they know you're there. Boom. So that's a good way to enter. The most powerful entry. You don't want to do it all the time. It might not work. But whenever you have the opportunity to drop on someone's head, go for it. Remember, you're out in the open here, right? Use a wall. Play here. Maybe even down there. Wait for this ult to expire too. Like, whatever they use as support ult, don't even do anything. Whenever I see a support ult, I'm waiting for it to end. There's so many stupid people who try to fight it. I'm like, dude, they have a soul bond and a support ult. You're not killing them, right? Even an Iron Man ult, I think, will not kill them. This is a get out and wait this thing out. What you do? That's good. Wait that thing out. Good job. You're not gonna. Okay, now you have an ult. I think. Is that theirs? That's yours. Good. That was smart. That's fine. I mean, your team killed them, so your ult wasn't a bad. It wasn't a bad ult. It's just that everyone, your team is killing them. But remember, you're out in the open here, right? Find a wall. You know, in and out of the battlefield. You never want to be the tank. Look, right now you're basically the tank. I don't even know where your team is. This guy is probably doesn't have something. Or maybe he does. I don't know. That's good. You can frontline fight with her, you know. You're not out in the open here. When I say out in the open, I mean like, you know, a big wide radius. This is a hallway, you know. You're not that vulnerable. That's good. It's okay to fight on the front line sometimes when it feels safe. That's good. Using the wall, that's smart. Going to the side. Yeah, using the wall here, right? If you were stupid, you would just walk up to them. But you went around. Using the wall, right? Usually charge your air slash here, right? You want to use it always on entry. Save the dash for escape, but you have had some good offensive dashes. But usually you want to use the offensive dash if you think you can get the kill. Otherwise, just save it. I don't even know what I would do here, I guess. You know, air slash, try to fight somebody. But there's 3 of them there. This is actually okay, but remember, she's stealing your HP and all, so you're not going to kill her. It's kind of bad.
Again!
Alright, let's see what happens here.
Have soul sword. We'll travel.
Again!
I don't know what that is.
Pentagram of Hurrah.
I don't know why this is a hard thing. Okay, remember you're out in the open, right? And everyone can see you. You're easy to kill here. And you have a big body. Magic has a big body. So it's easy to hit her. Especially if you're not in a portal. If you're portaling, and I don't mean the strange portal, I mean her own portal. Her own portal, then it's okay to be a little bit. But if you're just walking around like this, look how slow she walks. Look how she's a big target. It's easy to kill her. It's actually easy to kill this character if she's not portaling. See that you want to use your air slash here. You always take the long, and don't waste your dash. Take the long route instead. You're always trying to shorten it. Try to like walk around them, drop a demon. And look how you're standing still. You want to be in and out of the fight. If he was smart, he'll kill you in 1 second. You don't want to be like, you never want to be just on walking. You always want to be either using your portals or moving in and out. If you're just standing around slashing, so that's good. At least your portal. But you want to think of it as you always want to be moving. If you're standing still, you're vulnerable. So that was good. That was good. That would have been a good demon there. here's a good demon spot, right? Remember, it hits them. It does a lot of damage. You know, plant your demons. Give them as like mines. Anyway. This would have been a good time for ult. But your team is doing fine. But I don't want you to think that, you know what I mean? Don't always... Just because, I mean, you had the least damage, so don't think that just because you're... I mean, your teammate did amazing, right? He did 18,000 damage. So, I'm not trying to say you're bad or anything. I'm just saying that, like, don't think just because you won or whatever that you shouldn't change the way you play, right? But yeah, I think that's all your Magic games. You only have 7 hours, so I don't know why you're like beating yourself up over it. It's not. It's actually very low hours, so don't worry about that. Yeah, just try to adjust some of these things. Remember, this one you were playing into like characters that heavily counter you, so it's not always you that's the problem. Sometimes it's the counters. That's why the style of play I have for her is kind of meant to play around that, right? Where you could play through anything. So you have like 7 hours. I don't think you should worry too much about. Alright, that's it. That's for the video.